Is it on?
Yeah, you're live.
I'm live.
Let's see if we can get your light, your halo over here down a little bit. Can you see?
I can see. Hello, people.
Let's see if we got people
Let's
or
see if
not.
I put the right link on there. That's what I'm not. I don't know if people are there.
Yeah.
I might have screwed up. I have a feeling I messed up today.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe you
Is
didn't.
anybody there? Katie, find me one.
I can't find you one. There, that's a little bit better. Yeah, now they can see more of you. Okay, let's keep talking and let's see if
Well, let's see if anybody's there. Hi, it's Friday, October the 2nd. And this is like my 35th concert show, whatever you call these things.
But nobody's counting.
And who's counting? What an interesting week we've had. Oh,
You start off with my birthday.
It was Dee Dee's birthday on Monday.
Yes, it was a Monday birthday. Oh, look, we got somebody's here. I don't know who it is.
Hello, people.
Let's hope that we can get the think thing happening.
The think.
Hey, Christiane, we're gonna have a special concert just for you. Yeah, because if she's the first person, so she gets the first song.
You get your choice, Christiane.
Mm-hmm.
You must pick. And I have to write it down so I won't forget it.
JC, those pictures are killing me. I'm spending next summer with you. Big hi from New Hampshire. Okay, Brooke said that your Facebook page says September 18th.
Right.
Is that what you want to say?
No, it's not correct. But can you get on? That's the thing.
So I need to write Brooks, right?
Shoot. I thought something was screwy. I saw that date and it didn't look right. Well, we're going to find out.
Hey, fuck up.
It's like the continuation of a video. It looked like. I don't understand Facebook at all. It's just.
But you know that's probably a good thing because when you sign off of it forever, you won't miss it because
I won't miss it.
Yeah,
it's too complicated. There's Angela Keller. Are you there? Okay. Jay Framson. You had problems. Let's find out.
Hey Jay. Hey Angela. How are you doing?
Let's see if y'all.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Jay's having trouble. Okay.
Jay had trouble last week. This.
Right.
We David inadvertently put a link up to September 18th. He didn't mean to. You sign off of it forever. You won't. David inadvertently put a link up to
Thank you.
September 18th. He didn't mean to. You sign off of it forever. You won't. David inadvertently put a link up to September 18th. He didn't mean to.
Okay. So Jay.
Sign off of it forever. You won't.
Check. Oh, I got it. Hang on, y'all.
Christine, the answer is yes. Okay? I mean, Christiane, pardonnez-moi. It's just going to take a few minutes. So while he's taking a few minutes, I guess y'all have heard the news that you've heard the news that the man upstairs has got COVID-19. We'll be watching this story with a great deal of interest due to the fact that 6,000 to 9,000 Americans are gone, disappeared basically now, and our hearts and souls are definitely with everybody that's had to deal with this. Brooks is on.
All right.
So
Jay's got to get
JC,
there. Jay's got. I told him to go to my regular Facebook page. Got to have the regular people. There's Susan. Susan Boutique is there, or maybe not.
Susan's not there. Brooks is here. So if Brooks is here, that means you can get in.
All right, so we're good.
So your sister, on the other hand, over on Pensacola Beach.
Who knows?
Well, no, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, he's gonna go try again. Okay, so that's
her internet is out.
Oh.
And so she wants to know, is there any other way to hear you? And
Use your phone on her. You can listen to this via not your home Wi-Fi, but on your phone.
For a hotspot, if she's got one. Okay, I'll let her know.
You could do that.
Yeah, people need to go to your name and click on David Doucet's Now Live. So everything's good?
Yeah. Sorry,
Wow.
y'all. It's my fault.
Everybody, it's October 2nd. Congratulations to each and every one of us for surviving March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
It doesn't stop.
We're starting our 8th month. We could have all almost had a baby.
The hits haven't stopped. So, this has been a busy week. We don't have to talk about politics or whatever happened in the world, but there is something. Hurricane Laura was a terrible hurricane for Southwest Louisiana. And our friend Sean Ardouin, who's the grandson of Doucet, who was the grandson of Amadeo, or cousin of Amadeo Ardouin. So we're talking about a long line of Cajun musicians. Sean Ardouin is a very active musician in the community. He plays Zydeco. He's in the Grammy organization. He puts out records. He just put out a record. So he's got this program for, unfortunately I didn't post it.
We're going to post it on your Facebook page,
we'll put it on there after. That for a small donation, they might be able to get
digital rabbit ears.
Some rabbit ears. Digital rabbit ears are dishes for people that can't get internet anymore because the infrastructure in Lake Charles is being rebuilt. I'll put it on my thing later on this evening or tomorrow, and that way you'll know. And
the donations are as small as $5. The rabbit ears cost between $9 and $20 depending. What this will enable people to do is to get information on their television sets, which, if you've ever been in any sort of a disaster area, by the way, all my love to California. If only we could all get out there and rake those forests for you. But information is crucial, and it's very difficult to find. So we are going to post Sean Ardouin's with the little post over to David's Facebook page and my Facebook page. And you would be doing him a great favor if you can't contribute, which is fine. But if you could just share it so that people know that this is a possibility. It's going to take a long time for the whole internet world to be up and running. There wasn't a line, wire, anything left over there for hundreds of miles.
No, it's bad.
So thank you all for listening, and I will definitely tell Sean to be looking for you all. He's a great guy. Also, if you don't know him, this is a great way for you to discover him and his remarkable family. So thank you all for listening to that. I know it's been a rough week with all this crazy shit. So,
yes.
Okay, so you have your request. We don't have a theme.
I don't have a theme.
But you do have an announcement to make.
I have a request. I have an announcement.
Yeah. What's the name of the cane?
Novocaine. Supernova
Supernova
Thank
cane.
you, Doug Stutz.
So, is the name of the cane. Thank you.
I'll buy you a beer next time I see you, Doug.
And for all the people who participated, they get first cocktails when New Orleans is back up and running.
God. We're going to stage 3.1 tomorrow.
Which none of us even knows what it means.
Anyway. So, thanks again to WWOZ for posting it. There's the tip jar info. It's also on the page somewhere. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to do outside, but I can't lift anything. I'm supposed to have a sedentary month, which Dee Dee continually reminds me. Even though I hit 10,000 steps 3 days ago, I really can't. I'm not supposed to move around. So
the furniture outside on the courtyard, y'all, it's like iron.
I can lift it.
It weighs a
I don't
ton.
want to bust something. Anyway, I've done a lot of work to stay still. So anyway, let's go. You're on my sunshine. And if y'all have a request, please, I have some of y'all's, and please put it on there. If I know it, I'll play it. My sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You're my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Let's go. love you, make you happy. If you will only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Last verse. You told me once, dear, you really loved me, and no one else, dear, could come between. But now you've left me, and you love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, please don't take my sunshine away. All right.
There you go.
That was good. That was a nice warm-up.
Did you have a Jimmy Davis story earlier this week? No? I thought there was. We heard another verse of it on.
There's another verse, but there's also another Jimmy. He wrote some other songs. That was
That was it. That was it. We found another song by him that was really good.
I mean, that's what he did.
Yeah. Well, besides be governor.
Yeah. Well, he didn't do that very well, did he? But let's see. Look at him.
You know what? He might have. I haven't read. There's such a.
I was very young at the time.
You weren't. Were you? You weren't even born.
All right. Let's see.
Nobody was born. It was 1,000 years ago.
We got a request here for Paquet de Pang.
Yeah, packet of
The
pins.
packet of pins from the Lomax collection. This is a song that a packet of pins is what the song is. The title of it, Paquet de Pang, and it's a song about a guy that asked this girl to marry him, and she says no. He offers her a lot of things. The first thing being a packet of pins so he could pin money at the wedding. Okay, and he goes on with a cat or a pretty dog, depending on the version you hear. And then he says he'll build her a beautiful house, and she says, no, I'm not interested in marrying you. But she says yes when he offers all of his money and his gold and the keys to his heart. And I think he's hoping that it's the keys to his heart and not all the gold, to which she says yes. Women are finicky, y'all. So anyway, this is. Well, somebody did this on the Allons à la Quand les Avoir album. I believe that was a request too. Someone had a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I'll try to do that. Let me get this in tune now.
What else are we doing today?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Leslie Nash is here. Hello, my baby. How are you doing? Yay.
Here we go. The
Dog just hit the camera.
Hello, dog. Butternut. Paquet de Pang. The packet of pins. Si tu voudrais te marier avec moi, je te donnerai un paquet de pain. Donnerai un paquet de pain, mais si tu voudrais te marier avec moi, avec toi, je marierai pas. Avec toi, je marierai pas. Si tu voudrais te marier avec moi, je donnerai une belle maison. Donnerai une belle maison. Si tu voudrais te marier avec moi, Avec toi, toi, je marierai pas. Avec toi, toi, je marierai pas. Si tu voudrais te marier avec moi, je te donnerai un petit chat blanc. Donnerai un petit chat blanc. Si tu voudrais te marier avec moi. Avec toi, toi, je marierai pas. Avec toi, toi, je marierai pas. Si tu voudrais te marier avec moi, je te donnerai les clés de mon corps. Donnerai les clés de mon corps et mon or et mon argent. Avec toi, toi, je marierai bien. Avec toi, toi, je marierai bien. Si c'est ça qui l'amitié commence, j'accepterai ton paquet de pain. J'accepterai ton paquet de pain. C'est comme ça que l'amitié commence. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. C'est comme ça que l'amitié commence. J'accepterai ta belle maison. J'accepterai ta belle maison. C'est comme ça que l'amitié commence. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. C'est comme ça que l'amitié commence. J'accepterai ta t-shirt blanc. J'accepterai ta t-shirt blanc. Mais c'est comme ça que l'amitié commence. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. C'est comme ça que l'amitié commence. J'accepterai les clés de ton corps. J'accepterai de ton corps et de ton or et de ton argent. Avec toi, toi, je marie bien. 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 All right.
Yes, indeed.
A little bit
Yes,
of
indeed.
a little bit of Alan Lomax, a little bit of Old Tom, Louisiana. Let's see. I got another comment here. Let's see if my friend can get on there. Let me double check, y'all.
Who are you looking for?
It's a challenge. No, Michael Brand J. Yeah, it's always a challenge to find the Friday evening concert. I'm sorry, it's so difficult. Y'all. It really bugs me, man.
That's really funny.
I gotta make.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't start till about 20 till 5, and I think that he forgets to check. Both of us forget to check stuff, so you know how that goes. But welcome to everybody who did manage, and also thanks a lot for all the people who help every week find us, and then we get that information out to other people. It's amazing what y'all are able to do.
It is truly amazing. So let me get myself in tune here. Let's see, another request. Okay. I don't know, 2 steps. This was standard G tuning song that I adapted. It's a Dennis McGee song that's called La Vaza Pop, Pop's Waltz. This one is a really nice song that Dennis McGee recorded back in either 28 or 29. Dog's hitting camera again. He loves doing it. It's his connection to you people.
Well, the New Orleans summer has finally cracked, and so Butternut's back to being his frisky self. And now that it's not 98.9 degrees outside.
Yes. It's a lovely, beautiful day.
Yeah,
Sorry we're not there, but then we'd have to end at 6:30 because it gets dark now.
But we're thinking about moving outside, so in the coming weeks, right?
It'll be a shorter show.
It's up to y'all.
That's true. We have y'all vote on everything.
Yeah. Also, you still have to at some point announce your Sport Pepper giveaway.
I don't even know how to ship the sport peppers.
Well,
Come down and get it.
The Tabasco people figured it out. I think maybe you can figure it out. David makes the most amazing, well, we call them sport peppers. I don't know what you call them where you're from. But it's basically our homemade cayenne peppers, homegrown cayenne peppers, floating around in a bottle of vinegar and some spice. And it is...
They're not hot.
It is hot. David just doesn't realize it. David has an asbestos mouth. He can eat amazing amounts of heat. But if you're ever interested in sport peppers, Charles, that's a good idea. Charles says you could start at 4. If you moved outside.
That's too early. It's not happy hour. Happy hour somewhere.
Says happy hour somewhere.
On the East Coast, the Eastern Coast, the Eastern Coast. Come on, get into it. All right. All right, so this is called... La vase à pas. Moi je me lève, moi tout seul, je sais pas souvent, c'est pour moi la chair, joli cœur. J'ai fait l'amour de la galerie à Chipa. J'ai fait l'amour, ça avec le seul que mon désir. Cet après-midi, je retournais à Chipa. C'est pour moi la chair, joli cœur. J'ai fait l'amour de la galerie à Chipa. J'ai fait l'amour, ça avec le seul que mon désir. the next note. I haven't played that in a while. Thanks for asking for that, JC. That was a good one. Good tune. Yes, indeed. I don't know why this thing is not staying in tune.
The weather's changed.
I very well could do it.
Julie Graybill's here.
Really?
Yeah, you're getting
Graybill's.
quiet. It's a nice little scene you got here, David.
I have a nice little scene.
Yeah, very
Hello,
nice
everybody.
little scene.
Again. Let's see what I got here. This one's called the Bosco Stomp. What is a stomp? When Al and I used to play the columns before COVID, people said, "What's a stomp? What does that mean?" Well, a stomp isn't a waltz. How
And
about
it's
that?
not a two-step.
It's a stomp.
It's a stomp. And if you've ever gone to a dance, you'd know.
And any song that's called a stomp is particularly memorable for some reason. I don't know why. The melody, I don't know, there's something about it. So this is called the Bosco Stomp.
They're really popular.
Il y en a des petits blancs, il y en a des petits bruns. Il y en a cassé grosse, puis ouais, diable parle de bras. Ils vont faire les promesses, ils vont faire les accroires. Ils vont faire des aimés, puis ouais, là, sur le dos. Ça me fait du mal. Il y en a des petits blancs, il y en a des petits bruns. Il y en a cassé grosse, puis ouais, diable parle le bras. Ils vont faire les promesses, ils vont faire les accroires. Ils vont faire des aimés, puis ouais, là, sur le dos. Ça me fait du mal. Roscoe Stomp. What you laughing at?
The ending. Hooray.
All right. Let's see. Got another request there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've done this one. Boy, this one. I don't think I ever did this one. Maybe I did in the old days when we were outside before it got too hot. This is a song that I learned. It was on my 1957 album, and it was a song that was recorded by a guy named Delma Latchney. Delma Latchney was from Marksville, Louisiana. He's a fiddle player. And his claim to fame is he recorded some sides. I forgot what album, what record label it was. And he took with him a blind guitar player with him to record. His name was Blind Uncle Gaspard. I do play a couple of Blind Uncle Gaspard songs too. This song is called By Y'all, and there's a lot of people that, current Cajuns kind of discuss the name, what they think it means and all that. I don't know. I just take it as a guy that he's hopelessly in love with this woman, and his mom is not very happy about it. Don't need to say any more.
You don't want to get into family politics. Is that right?
No.
No, that's yes, or yes, that's
No,
no.
I don't. Ow. Don't.
Ow. So your guitar bit you?
Yep. I'm gonna bleed all over me. I can't believe I had a little string hanging down. Ah, dog it.
You want the thing? You want a thing?
No, I can't have a thing on that thing. Man, it bit me.
It's mad at you.
It is. Come on, big boy. That's one of those things. You'll see blood dripping a little bit. Yep, there it is. I do need a paper towel.
Is that what you want?
Or a napkin, something, because it's coming. Anyway.
And the dog just ran into the camera. Is this Friday the 13th, by
No,
any
it's
chance?
it's been a rough week.
Man, talk about. That's your thing for today, David.
The rough week.
The rough week, yeah?
Travailler, c'est trop dur.
Yeah.
That might have to come up soon.
What's your mom? Say mom.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
I didn't even know that little string was hanging down there, man. God.
For all of you who don't know, guitar strings are metal wire, and they hurt. And when you live with the guitar players, they're all over the. Yeah, JC just named it Jaws.
You don't see when I change strings, the blood all over
blood.
the house. I have to go outside.
It looks like the Truman Capote book, and cold blood, and there's shit all over his jeans. There's picks stuck to the wall.
It's amazing you can do it with blood.
Yeah, no, you don't do anything with it.
No.
No, of course not. So yeah, take a few sips of anesthesia. Make sure you get some alcohol down there.
Gee whiz.
Can you play?
Yeah, of course I can play.
If not, you could always just read them Homer or something. You could always do that.
Copyrighted material. I don't know if I can. No, I'm sorry.
Homer is in the free space.
Homer's in the free space. Doggone it. So anyway,
You want more?
No, this is fine. It's just gonna take a while for it to, because I'm on blood thinners, as y'all probably know. If you're on blood thinners, it's hard to stop bleeding. It just doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen fast. It does happen, thank God.
It just doesn't coagulate fast. So.
But he could. That's a good idea. He could stick his finger in that Campari. He wouldn't even be able to.
You're crazy. I ain't doing that. So the story is, I'll tell the story of how they recorded. So this was in 1936, 37, something like that. And if you look at a map of Louisiana, there's Alexandria is north of Opelousas, basically, which is north of Lafayette. And there weren't that many roads, obviously, and there was a bridge, I think, across the Mississippi River, but I'm not absolutely certain. But anyway, this guy down the Latchney got a call to record some sides and had to get up to Chicago. So the guy that had the Oldsmobile or the Pontiac or whatever dealership in Alexandria decided he would drive them up to Chicago. And it was in the dead of winter, so I can imagine it must have been terrible. The conditions must have been terrible. And if you've ever read Faulkner's Reivers, you know the story about the guy with the mud hole. And I would think that probably happened several times. If you don't know the story of the mud hole, it's too bad. Go read the Reivers. It's a very good book. Anyway.
There's a mud hole in the only road on the way to Memphis from Oxford, Mississippi. And the guy who lives by the mud hole keeps it wet so that the cars get stuck. And then he goes, I'll pull you out for a nickel, a penny, a dime, or whatever. It's depression money, so you never know what it means. But anyway, so his big entrepreneurship is keeping the mud hole wet. So that's the story of the mud hole.
So there you go.
And chances are that kind of shit happened a lot.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So,
I think I'm a descendant of a mud hole keeper.
Mr. Kale, TJ Kale.
TJ Kale Skipper or whatever.
Avalon, Mississippi.
That's right. That's right.
So the story is they went up to Chicago, and there was a story that Blind Uncle Gaspard fell down. He didn't hurt himself. He didn't like the cold weather. They recorded some stuff, came back home, and of course Delma had the records, and he loved that song. This one, it has a great melody. We can't really play it on guitar the same way, but the thing is that the story is if he was sitting on his front porch and he noticed some people coming walking by or driving by or something, he'd start playing that song to make sure that everybody heard it. How you like that?
Oh!
Disastrous day.
Susan, welcome from Minneapolis. We got a theme for today inadvertently. It's just, what is it, Mauve?
It's Mauve.
It's Mauve Friday. Welcome. And Dave, are you still bleeding?
It looks like it kind of stopped there for a little while. We'll find out soon though. That was a good one. That was a sharp one. I caught it somehow. I fooled myself. This is also an example of even way back then, because I think Delma must have played with accordion players, that accordions probably were in the key of C rather than in D, and so fiddle players normally turn their fiddles a whole step lower so they can play along. It's much easier to play the melodies with accordions. So this song is in the key of F, hence the capo on the third fret. And if you listen to Blind Uncle Gaspard's part in the role, he's just going. Okay, so now let's get the guitar in tune. I'm not bleeding. Stop. You can't believe that. That's awesome. All right.
I wouldn't tempt fate.
I'm not.
Don't.
Oh, cher, ma chère Bayol, viens dans nos corps, ma chère amie. Ma vie est ruinée, c'est à cause de toi, ma chère Bayol. J'avais déjà écouté ma chère vieux maman, c'est pas de la misère. Oh, chère, ma chère maman, tu m'as laissé ici, quand le pauvre orphelin du pays. Oh, chère, viens donc me joindre un chagrin jour à venir. Ma chère Bayol, ma chère amie. ma mort, c'est toi, je voudrais donc qu'il reste moi avec ton mouchoir. Oh chien, si jamais je viens mourir, viens donc passer ça chaque grosse semaine blanche autour de ma tête.
Very nice.
By y'all. By y'all. That's what it sounds like. Okay. No other request on there for anything French?
Jay's got an interesting situation going on with him. He can't post much because Facebook limits the amount you can post to avoid spam. And then he gets blocked for the rest of the concert. Isn't that weird?
Yes, that's odd. I'm sorry.
Okay, so, well, isn't that weird? What? Okay, so we understand, Jay. I was thinking it wouldn't even make any sense to you to instant message somebody on here if you wanted to do a request or say something. That's amazing.
That's pretty wild, man. Sorry to hear that. That's
Man, Facebook.
Facebook.
Have y'all all seen, what is it called? Social Dilemma? Is that what it's called?
It's the social dilemma, yes.
It's definitely worth watching.
It's on Netflix, the social dilemma. That's worth watching. It really is. It really is. Let's see what's the other walls they have here.
Parlez nous à boire.
Oh, let's do that. Thank you, Dee Dee. Well, you know, the theme is happy hour, so let's talk about drinking and not about marriage.
Yeah.
What'd you
He used Susan as a conduit last week. So Jay was going through Susan to let us know why he was, where he popped off last week, right? Because we lost
right.
him.
Wow. Well, I also understand that starting yesterday, you can't do like a DJ show. You can't play recorded music on Facebook. And my understanding is you also can't replay this broadcast. So I always, and I've been doing this for weeks, is I always put whatever the Friday thing is, I download it and upload it to YouTube so that people that don't do Facebook because of, whatever reason, it's always accessible on YouTube. So we'll see how long that lasts. That doggone squirrel found out that we put food in that bird thing.
David, like all good Cajuns, has a running war with his squirrel outside. He could see it from where he's sitting. So,
So this one's called Parlez nous à boire, non pas du mariage. Let's talk about drinking,
not about marriage.
Oh, parlez-nous à boire, non pas du mariage, toujours dans le grand temps, nos jolis temps passés. Si que tu maries avec une jolie fille, t'es dans le grand danger, elle va de la voler. Oh, parlez-nous à boire, non pas du mariage, toujours dans le grand temps, nos jolis temps passés. Si que tu maries avec une vilaine fille, Et dans les grands dangers, faudra que tu fais ta vie avec. Au palais nous abandonnons pas du mariage, toujours en regrettant nos jolis temps passés. Les amants n'ont pas du mariage, toujours en regrettant nos jolis temps passés. Si que tu maries avec un fille bien fort, c'est dans les grands dangers, faudra travailler toute la vie. Au palais des amants n'ont pas du mariage, toujours en regrettant nos jolis temps passés. Si que tu maries avec un fille à toi, c'est dans les grands dangers, tu vas attraper les grands reproches. Femme, toi, grand bon rien, t'as-tu gaspillé mon bien? Femme, toi, grand bon rien, t'as-tu gaspillé mon bien? Au palais du savoir, non pas du mariage, toujours en regrettant nos jolis temps passés.
There you go. Let's talk about drinking. In fact, let's take a drink.
That's a great idea.
Drink. What are y'all drinking today, by the way? Anything interesting? I still haven't tried that honey bourbon drink yet because I haven't made the honey syrup. But that definitely sounds like my fall drink. Anybody else have anything new? I love the Sazeracs out there. We still don't have a bottle of rye, do we? No?
No. We do not.
Anybody making limoncello this fall? I'm making limoncello if y'all want to come down and get some. Thinking about putting some vanilla beans in it. Smooth out that grain alcohol. Or maybe we'll just buy a bigger bottle of Campari.
So much easier. All this free time we have, you know.
I'd like to know where your free time is coming from.
I don't have any free time. My sedentary month. What? That ain't right. What's wrong? I almost hit that same string again. There it is right there. Little sucker, get out the way. So this one is one that my sister always requests, and I think it was JC that requested it too. I'm not quite sure. Come on, string, get out the way. This is a pretty waltz that we recorded several times, mostly recorded. I even did it on a lullaby album for Lafayette General Hospital.
I don't know about that.
It's not a lullaby. That's the one you heard the other day. I said, who are those people singing on there? Yeah, they put all these weird people singing with Terrence Simeon and someone else. And stuff. Anyway, it's called Je M'endors is the name of the song.
They listened to you at the hospital in Lafayette?
Well, it was a Todd Mouton project, and it was supposed to be lullabies, and they really loved Je M'endors. And I said, this song isn't a lullaby. This song is about trying to keep your mind off of getting robbed by the highwaymen. So you're thinking about pretty blondes and brunettes. In the meantime, you're drinking whiskey, and you have a set of brass knuckles in your pocket to protect yourself.
But he was getting tired, right?
Yeah, but that's why the song is called Getting Sleepy.
Right, I'm getting sleepy.
So Todd liked it. He said, well, it sounds like a lullaby. And I said, it's not a lullaby, bro. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, but still, that'd be fun to go to the hospital and get some, what is it, brass knuckles and a little drink and a knife, huh?
At a hospital?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is it.
Ooh, bourbon and soda sounds great, Jeff.
Je m'endors, et j'ai soif et j'ai faim. Le soleil est couché, je suis loin de la maison. Qu'avez-vous, belle dame? Qu'avez-vous, belle dame? C'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. Les gens de Crowley sont toujours dans les chemins, sont toujours dans les chemins à chercher Alma. Qu'avez-vous, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, belle blonde? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. Avec la jogue de Pombo et la ferraille à ma poche, sont toujours dans les chemins à chercher Alma. Qu'avez-vous, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, belle brune? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. je m'endors, et j'ai soif et j'ai faim. Le soleil est couché, je suis loin de la maison. Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Qu'avez-vous, oui, belle blonde? Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. Mais c'est tout pour la blonde et pas rien pour la brune. Je m'endors. All right. We still have listeners out there. I put them all asleep.
You did? You put your dog to sleep? Yeah.
Yes, he is asleep.
Brooks had a blood orange margarita last night. That sounds good, huh?
That sounds. Yep.
So the wild fruit trees in New Orleans are Satsuma, kumquat, Meyer lemon, grapefruit, and the Louisiana orange, which is brought here by the Jesuit priests from Spain, which are endangered due to saltwater intrusion. So when you come to Louisiana, make sure you get some of our Louisiana citrus. Very few people know about it. Mostly we eat it all. But we used to know one of the last of the great bon vivants. His name was Mr. King. I call him Mr. King. His name is Mike King. But he had a tiny little cocktail set. And he would make Satsuma daiquiris, right?
Something like that, whatever it was.
He had a little thing of simple syrup, and he'd walk down the street and pick Satsumas along the way to wherever he was going. And he had a little cocktail shaker, and he'd make these Satsuma daiquiris. And I will tell you that not only would they knock you clean off your ass, but they were the best tasting thing I've ever had in my life. And David and I have tried to do this. We have a little Satsuma tree out here that is turning, so it's ready. David's eaten 2 of them, huh? 2 Satsuma.
3 of them. They're very sweet.
So we're gonna try to imitate the great Satsuma daiquiri, but we don't know if we'll pull it off. But we definitely will be squeezing lemons for limoncello. The Louisiana grapefruit. The only tree that I know right now that you could just pick has a sign on it that says "Don't touch my grapefruit." So we know they're new here because you can't eat enough of it. I mean, there's no way you can eat. It's got like 35 of them on there already. So anyway, what else do we have to drink? Anything new? The rum is the same. The Campari is the same. We did find a whole bunch of Portuguese wine at Martin Wine Cellar, so we were drinking Portuguese wine. But that's Tim Tebow up there.
That's all French up there.
Yeah, it's French up there. That's why there's only 2 of them instead of 5. And don't forget that Christian wants to hear Monsieur Doucet. Christian, here's your song.
Les matins se suivent et c'est ensemble. Quand l'amour fait place to cook. That's not it. That's not it, is it?
Mm-hmm. It's the city of New Orleans in
Right.
French with a difference. That's it.
I forgot how it goes. Les matins se suivent, c'est ensemble. Quand l'amour s'enflamme, c'est cook.
He's forgotten
I
it.
forgot the second line. How to do it. Doggone it, y'all.
This is Mauvais Friday, everybody. Welcome to, this is what, yeah, she,
It's Mauvais Friday.
it's Mauvais Friday, but have you got it on the, if you've
Oh,
got
that's
it on,
right. I can do this.
that's why I'm here, folks.
Yeah.
I know it's like when the wheels
So-
fall off. So he's going to play it for
Thank
a
you, Dave
second,
Harvey.
and then he's going to remember how to do it. So y'all hang on. Quotidien.
Okay. Come on.
That's what that's.
Les matins se suivent et se ressemblent. Quand l'amour fait place au quotidien, on n'était pas fait pour vivre ensemble. Ça suffit, tout va bien. C'est trop une guerre à soigner, elle s'est vite en trouver des moments où parler du mauvais temps. Et maintenant qu'il faut partir, on s'en sentir, chose à dire, on s'en demande trop que pas autant. On s'est aimé comme se quitte, tout simplement sans penser à demain qui vient toujours un peu trop vite. Aux adieux, quelquefois, ça passe un peu trop bien. That first was a little rough. On fait ça qu'il faut, tiens le rôle. On a ce regret, on rit de craindre. On a toujours oublié quelque chose. C'est pas facile de dire adieu. Et l'on sait trop bien qu'au demain peut-être ou même ce soir, on va te dire que tout pas perdu. Ça c'est le roman inachevé en face de côte de fée. Mais en passé, l'argent ne croyait plus. On s'est aimé, même on se quitte, tout simplement sans penser à demain qui vient toujours un peu trop vite. Adieu, quelquefois se passe trop bien. Roméo, Juliette et tous les autres, au fond de vos bouquins, on dormait privés. Une simple histoire comme la nôtre, elle a des ailes, on ne criait jamais. Allons, petit, on va partir, laissez ici nos souvenirs, on descendra ensemble si tu veux. Et quand elle va vous voir passer, la patronne du café, on va encore nous dire salut de l'amoureux. On s'est aimé comme se quitte, tout simplement sans penser à demain qui vient toujours un peu trop vite. Aux adieux, quelquefois se passe un peu trop bien.
Sometimes it's even harder when the wheels fall off. On Mauvais Friday, everything is hard. You bleed, you forget the tune.
I'm bleeding. God. Anyway, whoa. All right, so let's see here.
She said, "Merci, merci bien."
I tried. I get it. I promise.
Also, we're going to try to pull off Champs-Élysées. We may have to do that on the kazoo, which David is an excellent kazoo player. So, do want you to know about that, Christiane. We're going to try to work through a bunch of them because it's so much fun, for one thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay, so
Deb Roach is here. Hello, Deb. How are you doing?
I think I've done all the requests. That's good. Let's do something that's completely different. Ugh. So frustrating.
What?
Well, when my machine went crazy.
Oh, he lost 100 songs.
So I was looking for one and it ain't there. Let's see if I can find it. God dog it, no.
But how many do you actually have left? Like 800?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of them, but I wanted to play one in particular, and boy, it ain't there. Oh Lord. Oh, sorry, Cato. Ain't gonna happen today.
Floating bridge.
There's no footprint of that song. So anyway, all right. Any other requests? Let's see. Let's go back to the program that I'm using. Let's see if we got something else here that I can do. I'm completely messed up. Okay. Cancel. That's the one we want. Okay. So we go to this, and it's time for some tunes. I would like.
Are we going to the American section?
Yes, we are. And I'm having lots of difficulty here getting there.
Because it's Motivate Friday.
Yeah. There we go. That'll work. Okay, so that means that's another song I have to go look up and find. All right. No Sleepy John Estes today. All right. So we're going to play a couple of blues songs and a couple of other things. I've been rereading John Hurt's biography, Mississippi John Hurt. That they found him is amazing. That there's 3 different stories. I don't know if y'all familiar with that. And the weirdest thing of all is I met the guy who was like kind of in charge of the whole project. I just didn't know he was the handyman that helped find John Hurt. And his name is Dick Spotswood. Now I'm not sure if Dick is still alive. Dick worked at either the Library of Congress or he didn't work. He worked at the Library of Congress for many, many years. And they were blues and record collectors. So I've been rereading the discovery of Mississippi John Hurt, so it made me think of a couple of tunes of his, which I'm going to play next. And how stories get made and all that. And they said when the guy just, basically this guy named Tom Hoskins just found this store, it's called the Stinson store, and asked if they knew who Mississippi John was and where his house was. And yeah, the guy said it's about 3 miles down the road. You take a right and blah, blah, blah. You see that. And he drove up there, and there was John Hurt standing on his porch. That was one story. He hadn't had a guitar in 2 years, so the guy gave him his guitar, and John started picking up stuff. And said he really, in fact, had found John Hurt, which must be an amazing feeling. So when they first brought him to Washington, D.C., there were record collectors that were familiar with his music. And they had worked on how to play his songs. So one of the first nights that John and his wife Jessie were in Washington, D.C., they got together with all these guys, these hippie dudes playing guitar, blues guitar. And he heard him play all of his songs that he had recorded from 1928 and 29, and it freaked him out. And he says, you guys really are into this. So it got him all excited, which made him stay for the next 3 years to play and record, and that's why everybody knows who Mississippi John Hurt is. So there you go. Short story. This is one that he did that I always have liked. It's called The Sliding Delta. That sliding delta run right by my door. Sliding delta run right by my door. I'm leaving here, baby, don't you wanna go? I'm leaving here, baby, don't you wanna go? That suitcase is packed, my trunk's already gone. What in the world, baby, are you waiting on? That sliding delta run right by my door. That sliding delta run right by my door. That sliding delta run right sliding Delta run right by my door. That big old Kate Allen, she got ways just like a man. She gonna steal your baby any old time you land. That sliding Delta run right by my door. That sliding Delta run right by my door. I'm leaving here, baby, don't you wanna go? My suitcase is packed, my trunk's already gone. I can't see what in the world you're waiting on. That sliding Delta run right by my door. That sliding Delta run right by my door. I'm leaving here, honey, don't you wanna go? I'm leaving here, honey, don't you wanna go? I'm going up the country, I ain't coming back no more. I'm leaving here, baby, don't you wanna go? That sliding Delta run right by my door. That sliding Delta run right by my door. Sliding Delta.
Listen, Brooks Marks had to go because his screen kept freezing. So you all let us know if there's a problem with the internet today.
It makes sense.
Everything else has gone to shit, so there's really no reason why that shouldn't have gone to shit too. But let us know so that we can at least check the flashing blue lights. And yeah, Jay, I agree with you. He does a beautiful job with that. Dave Hovde, how the hell are you doing, buddy? So, do let us know if your screen messes, if it's buffering. We know how irritating it is.
It's irritating, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, if it's still going on, I'm gonna play two more John Hurt songs for sure. This is one that I learned from Doc Watson, so I kind of play it the Doc Watson way. Okay, so that's going to be a lead on to something else because I've got another couple of Doc Watson songs I'm thinking about for today. This is one that when I was a kid, teenager, and learning this stuff, the thing that struck me on the Doc Watson On Stage album was the live album with him and Merle, Doc and Merle. I think it was recorded in 1970 or something like that. Was the steadiness of the thumb. So when I heard the original John Hurt version, it really struck me how strong John Hurt's thumb was. And they talk about people that do finger picking, not just finger picking, they call them thumb pickers. But John Hurt, his fingers were the way he could pick out melody was so delicate and different than other people. He'd call it finger picking. So this version is called the Spike Driver Blues. And the most wonderful thing of all, especially when I was learning how to play guitar, is like learning how to play a song that only has one chord, but having enough notes to make it work and sound right, and sing the words and everything. So the thumb and the alternating bass that you can do with it is what's so cool about this song as well as the melody. It's called the Spike Driver's Blues. And if you ever listen to that Doc and Merle record called On Stage, Doc has probably Doug would know this, Doug Stutz, there's probably about a 3-minute introduction to what a spike driver is, talking about the posts, the poles, the nails, everything, and how long it does. And he makes one sentence the longest complex sentence I've ever heard in my life. So anyway, great song. I know it's.
Anyway, they've got there's a lot of internet problems today. Now, I don't know why.
Well, we're not blinking funny. Everybody's having trouble.
Sorry, everybody.
Are we? Am I just going?
It's freezing. Yeah, probably. So yeah.
Well,
Wait, do that again. I don't know if anybody actually understood your Doc Watson story, so there you go.
it's confusing. Doug has to say it because he knows it by heart. Anyway, this is called the Spike Driver Blues, and hopefully it's not blinking too much and going. Makes sense that the internet would go out. It's a beautiful day out there, no wind, 78 degrees, 44% humidity.
Thanks, Dave Puppy. Some people are having their trouble, but you got Mauvais Friday, so.
Take this hammer and give it to the captain. But tell him I'm gone. You can tell him I'm gone. You swear I'm gone. John Henry, he had a hammer, all painted red, all shining red. John Henry's dead. It's a long ways from East Colorado, 100 to my home, 100 to my home. Baby, to my home. John Henry, he left his hammer, lay inside the road, lay inside the road, lay inside the road. John Henry was a steel driving man. Oh, but he went down. Yes, he went down. He went down. John Henry, he had a pretty little wife. Her name was Polly Ann. Her name was Polly Ann. Drove steel like a man. It's a long ways from East Colorado, 100 to my home, 100 to my home, 100 to my home. John Henry was a steel driving boy. Yes, he went down. Yes, he went down. He went down.
Yeah.
John Henry, the Spike Driver's Blues. The song moves. Really amazing. All right, there's another one that I wanted to do of John Hertz before we finish this. This one's called Lewis Collins, one of his stranger songs. A lot of his songs are very strange, but this one's a pretty strange one. The style of playing and everything. The more I read about him and what he did when he had a guitar, he would pick up local songs and he'd write songs and he'd do all this fun stuff. And if he didn't have a guitar for a couple of years, it didn't matter because he remembered just how to play them. And he'd make them up on the spot. So he was quite a character. And this one is one that Al and I play when we used to play the columns, which who knows if it's ever going to happen again.
You're frozen again.
Am I frozen here?
Yeah. You're frozen. No, I can see you. Doug Stutes just came on board. Maybe he'll bring us good luck.
Come on,
Doug. This is Mauve Friday. So far, David's bled. He's forgotten a song. What else has happened? Oh, and we're freezing for some reason. Buffering. I think is the right word for it.
We're buffering.
We're buffering.
Sorry about the buffering, y'all.
Charles is the word. It's really going on and off up there.
Well, that's because you got hit by a hurricane, right?
And Christiana says this, she doesn't think it's on our end. She thinks it's on other people's ends. But
well, I'll just continue. If it gets too bad, y'all let me know and I'll quit.
Jane Henderson's come on. Thank you
Janie.
for coming. Thanks for visiting, everybody. We either are or are not having difficulty, but it definitely is Mauve Friday. So
Have a drink.
have a drink.
Mrs. Collins wept, Mrs. Collins moaned to see her son Louis leaving home. The angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid him away. Oh, Bob, he shot once. Louis, he shot 2. And he shot poor old Collins, he shot him through and through. The angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid him away. Oh, kind friends, oh, ain't it hard to see poor old Collins in a new graveyard? The angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid him away. Oh, when they heard that Louis was dead, all the people they dressed in red. The angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid him away. leaving home, the angels laid him away. The angels laid him away. They laid him 6 feet under the clay. The angels laid him away. All right, the angels laid him away. Like I said,
Yeah, they got. So Leslie thinks it's Cox. I don't know how many of us are dealing with Cox cable down here, over in the hurricane world, or. And Doug says the computer's freezing, but the phone keeps going. So I have absolutely no idea, but we will soldier on, everybody. And David does such a good imitation of freezing himself.
Who needs the internet?
That we can always fall back on that.
Whew. All right, so I thought I'd play something that I hadn't done in a long, long time. I did this earlier shows for an old friend who moved to Georgia, but he doesn't do Facebook anymore, so the hell with him. But I'll do it for you guys.
Do you have all the words?
You know what I'm playing?
Yeah.
I think that this is the song that helped Doc Watson. Made him a known word in the United States because it was on Will the Circle Be Unbroken album, even though Doc had recorded it before. It's a Jimmy Driftwood song called The Tennessee Stud. I have a short story about this. Years ago, a friend of mine, Scott Four, who was a 3-time national flat pick guitar champion, as well as a 2-time national finger pick guitar champion, he came down to visit us, and Todd Mouton got us this little gig in Lafayette for the ACA, the Acadiana Center for the Arts. It was basically a workshop. And so we did some things separately, then we did a little show. And Scott was, there was all these kids there, learning how to play guitar. There were older people too, it wasn't just kids. And Scott said, well, let's start off with a song that everybody knows. It's called The Wildwood Flower. It's by the Carter family. Well, now the screen didn't freeze. Nobody had heard the song. Nobody had heard the
knows the song.
I mean,
That's so funny.
so once again, where we come from is a little bit separated from the rest of the country.
That's really funny.
It freaked him out.
I bet it did. He comes from a place where everybody's brought up on it.
He comes from Virginia. That's where the Carter family's from. So anyway, a very good friend of mine's son, Richard Barron's son, I forgot which son it was, but that was his favorite song, The Tennessee Stud. And he asked if we could play it, and I didn't have the words. I try not to sing the songs if I don't know the words, because I get completely lost.
And there's a lot of verses to
It's not too many. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
eight.
No, just 9.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's more. And anyway, Scott tried to do it, and he forgot all the words too. So here we go. Along about 18 and 25, I left Tennessee very much alive. Well, I never would have made it for the first car flood if I hadn't been riding on a Tennessee Stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's paw, and one of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter by my Uncle Bud, and I got away on the Tennessee Stud. Well, the Tennessee Stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. Well, we drifted on down into no man's land, across the river called the Rio Grande. Jerked my hair, took the Spaniard's fold, and I got me a skin full of silver and gold. Well, me and the gambler, we couldn't agree. We got in a fight over Tennessee. Well, we jerked our guns and he fell with a thud, and I got away on the Tennessee stud. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. Well, I got just as lonesome as a man could be, dreaming of my girl in Tennessee. Well, the Tennessee stud's green eyes turned blue, 'cause he was dreaming of his sweetheart too. Well, we looked right back across Arkansas. I whooped her brother and I beat up her paw. Well, I found the girl with the golden hair, the Tennessee stud found the Tennessee mare. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve, he had the blood, and there never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. Stirrup to stirrup and side by side, we crossed the mountains and the valleys wide. Well, we came to Big Muddy, then we forded the flood, them Tennessee mare on a Tennessee stud. Well, a pretty little baby on the cabin floor, a little house coat playing around the door. I love that girl with the golden hair, Tennessee stud loves a Tennessee mare. Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve, he had the blood, and there never was a horse like a Tennessee stud.
Yeah, you're right.
Woo! Epic songs.
Yeah. Great stories.
That's a good. So Jimmy Driftwood wrote a couple of good tunes.
Yeah? What else did he write?
I know it, but I don't know the title. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't play it. Jimmy Driftwood was from Arkansas, I believe. And the little bit I know about him, he used to make his own guitars. And they were like free-form guitars, like made out of, not driftwood, but they were made out of planks and stuff that he would find.
That he found?
Yeah,
like
was,
river detritus and stuff
weird
like
stuff,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, but that's way cool.
Yeah, he was a weirdo though.
Well, yeah, songwriters have to be.
Speaking of songwriters.
Speaking of songwriters,
Let's see
you have a segue.
Let's see if this
You have a
happens.
segue into Mauve.
Nope, can't do that one either. That's gone. Ah, it happened. This is for Charles.
There you go, Charles.
God. I have to go through this damn thing.
Hey, Eddie.
I got an old blue shirt and it suits me just fine. I like the way it feels, so I wear it all the time. I got an old guitar, won't ever stay in tune. I like the way it sounds in a dark and an empty room. I got an old pair of boots and they fit me just right. Well, I can work all day and I can dance all night. I got an old used car and it runs just like a top. I get the feeling it ain't ever gonna stop. Stuff that works, not like the internet. Stuff that holds up. The kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. The kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. I got a pretty good friend who's seen me at my worst. He can't tell if I'm a blessing or a curse, but he always shows up when the chips are down. That's the kind of stuff I like to be around. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up. The kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff that's real. The kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. I got a woman I love, she's crazy, she paints like God. She's got a playground sense of justice, she don't take odds. I got a tattoo with her name right through my soul. I think that everything she touches turns to gold. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up. The kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. The kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. Stuff that works, stuff that holds up. The kind of stuff you don't hang on the wall. Stuff that's real, stuff you feel. The kind of stuff you reach for when you fall. All right.
There you go.
That's a good one, huh?
That's a great one. It's some good Mauvais, as Doug Stute says.
It's good Mauvais. Sometimes there's good Mauvais and there's a lot of bad Mauvais.
Then there's just Mauvais.
This is Mauvais. Sometimes it's... Woo! Let's see. This
the cane actually is right beside me, and Novocaine, the dog, just fell asleep on the camera stand. Yeah. So yeah, we've definitely taken your name, Doug. Doug's name won. It's Super Novocaine, and it's standing right over here. We're gonna have to get some stickers for it. Maybe a hypodermic sticker. That'd work.
Oh look, internet froze.
Yeah, that was nice. Actually, you know, Guy Clark, it's hard to miss, right?
Yeah. He's kind of country, he's kind of western, so here's a western song called When the Work's All Done This Fall. That might go well together. It might not. It might suck.
It's pretty Mauvais. This is a great song. I love this song. Yeah. There you go.
A group of jolly cowboys were expressing plans of ease. One said, I'll tell you something, boys, if you will listen, please. I am an old cow puncher, you see me dressed in rags. I used to be a tough one, boys, and I picked the risky jag. I've got a home, boys, and a good one you should know, but I haven't seen it since the fall of long ago. I'm going back to Dixie, and I expect to see them all. I'm going to see my mother when the work's all done this fall. When I left my home, boys, my mother for me cried. She begged me not to leave her, for me she would have died. Her poor old heart was breaking, breaking for me, that's all. But with God's help I'll see her when the work's all done this fall. That very night old Charlie would have to stand his guard. The night was dark and cloudy, it was storming very hard. Cattle all got frightened and they ran in a wild stampede. He tried his best to turn the herd while riding at full speed. He was riding through the darkness, so loudly he did shout, trying to head the leaders to turn the herd about. Then his saddled horse did stumble, and upon him he did fall. Charlie won't see his mother, boys, when the work's all done this fall. Bill, you can have my saddle. George, you can have my bed. Jim, you can have my pistol after I am dead. Please write my mother gently, tell her of my fall. Well, I'll not see my mother, boys, when the work's all done this fall. Charlie died at sunrise, no tombstone at his head. There was nothing but a little board, and this is what it said. Charlie died at daybreak, he died from his fall. He's headed for that better range, he heard his master call. So sad.
I know, it makes me cry every time when he gives away his boots.
It's a damn good song.
It makes me so sad. It's hard to be a cowboy.
It is.
The year-round dressed in rags.
You're out dressed in rags.
So sad.
Those songs like that, when they have the, I don't know if you people know about this, but there's something called the Cowboy Gathering.
Yes, there is.
It happens in Elko, Utah. Is it Nevada? Nevada.
Are you sure?
I think so. Not absolutely sure, but I think that's where it is. So they would take a song like this, and you'd have a round table, and they'd see how many verses they could add to it. In other words, right now we're just working with 8 verses. By the end of the night, they'd have 25 or 30 verses about Charlie, about what he did with cattle and all this stuff. I think I've always wanted to go. A friend of
Why
mine.
haven't we done this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, wait, that's different from the Cowboy Poets meeting, right? No, the
Well,
Cowboy Poet, is that different?
It's the same festival.
Oh, is it? Because the Cowboy Poets, I think, is Montana. Ken Johnson should know. He's a real Montana.
That's true.
What? Someone from Montana's a what? A Montanan?
Montanan.
That sounds weird.
There's a couple.
But look it up, because that's a really, I didn't know that. I knew that there was a Cowboy Songwriter Festival,
There
in
is.
western Colorado,
And
I
there's one
think.
in Elko,
Or
Nevada.
Wyoming.
Elko, Nevada. That's a big, big festival.
Wow, we should do that, David.
Yeah, I know. Ain't gonna happen this year,
No.
will it? No. C'est pas possible.
Do they speak French up there? That could be funny.
They speak Basque.
They speak Basque.
You know, it's about that time. We might get our wish.
JC, you're right. You need a refill?
Yeah. Have you heard the news? That's going around here. The man in charge has gotta go, 'cause he dances around the problem boy, and the problem is the man in charge, you know. Now the young knows what I'm talking about. It's a con in the old man's game. The man in charge, he don't know what he's doing. He don't know the world has changed. The power seems to be so far up. The man on the street, he ain't got a clue. The high top guys running your life, they think the problem is me and you. Born in a time that has gone by. The old tell the young just what to do. Have you heard the news that's going around here? The problem is the man in charge of you. The problem is the man in charge of you. Well, the power seems to be so far up. The man on the street, he ain't got a clue. The high top cats are running your life. They think the problem is me and you. Have you heard the news that's going around here? The man in charge has gotta go. The man in charge has gotta go. The man in charge has gotta go. The problem. All right, friends and neighbors, it's about that time. I hope y'all had a good time. I hope it stopped sticking, whoever, you know.
The freeze, the buffering?
The
Yeah. Christiane, Charles, Jay, everybody, thank you all so much for being here. It's always great. Thank you, Angela. I think are you going to do your Woody Guthrie song?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we got one more. You don't have to leave unless you're sick of seeing the buffering. And oh, good, you didn't. Aw, that's so lonesome sound now.
I'm not supposed to think.
Yeah. Jesus. You bet, Doug, Charles, everybody. Jay, I'm so glad I get thrown into Facebook hell. Thanks, Eddie.
I'll put it on YouTube in a little while. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me.
There you are.
As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless highway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I've seen my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. Last time. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Thank y'all. Merci beaucoup. See y'all next Friday. Let's see if I can straighten up this Facebook thing. Y'all be safe. We'll see y'all soon, I hope. Thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, and that concludes Mauve Friday. You're not bleeding, right? You stopped bleeding?
No, I'll stop.
Okay, that's the end.
We're good.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye-bye.